Well, thank you all for coming out. I know you're all on busy schedules, doing that last minute push to graduate so we can finish all those papers, exams, and get out of here on schedule and according to plan. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Joshua Pyle-Carter. I'm a fourth year student in BCom. I also do Bachelor of Arts in Psych. And I have to say that when I was originally thinking about running for valedictorian, one of the things I wanted to do was sort of learn more about it. I knew the previous valedictorian from last year, and it seemed like sort of an interesting idea. I like public speaking, I like being out there, and I think I'm fairly decent at it, as you guys can judge for yourself by the end of tonight. I can't say that I've formally written my speech yet, but I'll kind of give you some key insights and sort of what I found while looking at what it takes to be valedictorian. One of the reasons I decided to run for valedictorian is that I looked at speeches from previous years. You know, people who had talked, at great length about a great many things and did so exceedingly well. Very inspiring, very motivating, made me feel very proud that these were Mount Allison graduates. But one of the things I found when listening to these people give their speeches and reading the transcripts was that I felt they didn't necessarily speak to me or to the every student. A lot of them were Dean's List, honor roll, spoke about their theses and the work that they've done in the communities, which is exceptional. And it makes me proud to know that Mount Allison students have done this, that we've made such an impact in the world and that we've tried so hard over these last 4 years. But I wanted to speak to people who haven't necessarily, had that same experience. I myself, I've never been on the Dean's List. My first 2 years at university were very hard. I almost didn't pass my first year or my second year. And I know not everyone comes from that place of saying, that the 4 years of the university were the wonderful moving experience that on sometimes it's been, but it's also been at times hard and difficult and challenging. And I have to say that one of the reasons I want to be valedictorian is that I can speak to the every person, to include a multiplicity of perspectives. I know students who have come here who are graduating this year who are not happy with their degree. They're worried about the future, worried if they made the right choice, worried if they spent these last 4, 5, even 6 years, doing what it is they should have done. In commerce, we talk about this as opportunity cost. What are we giving up to get what we have now? Or what do we give up in the future to get something else? And the two main themes that will run through my speech when it's finally all done, proofread, edited, the works, is talking first about perspective, and then second about opportunity and apprehension. A lot of the times, the different perspectives are left out. When we talk about just the honor students, or just the dean students, or the people who have done fabulous work in the community, we leave out the every student. The student who's been here 5 years who wanted to be done before. The students who didn't have that, necessarily the best experience in their year, or they struggled more than potentially they should have with other people. And I want to encapsulate that in my speech. And the other thing I want to talk is sort of, that apprehension, that fear that comes with, well, we're graduating now. What are we going to do? And there's a lot going on in the world, as you all know, and there's a lot of concern. Did you make the right choice coming to university? I feel that I have. I feel that it was worthwhile, and I feel that that's a general consensus, that we've taken the time, we've put in all this effort, and we've gotten something valuable out of it. And what we have may not necessarily just be a skill set. So we may know biology a little more than we did before. We may know chemistry, we know physics, writing, business. We may know all those a little better, but I think the key thing that comes out is that perspective that we've gained. I remember in my first year here meeting fourth year students and talking with them and seeing that they were graduating, that they were glad to be done, and that they were afraid of the future, not having a job, not knowing what to do next or what the future held for them. And I remember meeting them and thinking, in my first year, thinking, I don't want to be in this position. I want to be, have a job when I'm done. I want to feel that I've learned everything, know what I'm doing, have a plan so I can be university, get organized, and then get out there. And here I stand 4 years later wondering, where did the time go? Fraser spoke earlier about, how much time each individual in our graduating class has invested. And to me, that's really relevant. How do you encapsulate, for me, what is a 4-year experience, and then take that to all the other 400 students. And I just want to say, while Fraser's correct, and Ben and Nick, and I don't know if Sue's here tonight, but they're all excellent candidates. All of them will give an excellent valedictorian speech, I'm sure of this. I'm putting my name out there as the best candidate because I like public speaking, I think I can be good at it, and I want to speak to the every student. Once again, I hope you all come out tomorrow to vote regardless of who you're voting for, and I appreciate your support. Thank you.